Good day to you creatures of the multiverse, I'm NSega, and get this. Spyro Cover Art 2 was the 25th episode of this show. And you know what they say about 25. So, to celebrate this momentous occasion, I'm gonna talk about Crush. Are you kidding me?
I'm so sorry about this.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just work here.
Wait. You don't have my voice.
What? Why would I?
Am I hearing things, or is that me?
This is purgatory. Time doesn't work normally here. Oh, speaking of time, His Greatness, the Almighty Master of the Universe, is ready for you, Mrs. Sengado. Good luck!
Wait, how do you know who I? I'm in the same place.
This is purgatory. Think we have the budget to take you elsewhere? Anyway, I am the almighty master of the universe.
How? Give me a break.
I'm the boss.
Right. Anyway, why am I here? When did this happen?
2 years ago. You've been here in purgatory this whole time. None of the other afterworlds would accept you, and we knew you'd be a liability here, so we put you in the simulation. But the simulation calendar only goes up to 2.5 of the subject's home years after setup at most.
So you have the money to put someone in an ultra-realistic simulation, but not to hire yourselves in other location?
Oh, Niflheim just lets us use their electric. They don't need it. Anyway, I gotta ask you something about your time in the simulation.
Go on.
What the hell were your characters?
Where's the title sequence?
You imagine that in a simulation. All we have is...
Well, I guess that I should start at the beginning. The low-effort Minecraft gameplay shorts beginning. This channel was created on the 23rd of May 2021 and was originally called NSegaXP. I just thought the number was cool. Before being renamed to the cooler Steve soon after. I used to be a meme reference. I would post, like I just said, low-effort Minecraft videos with occasional other things such as the only one still findable anywhere. It looks like a face. This here recording of my light switch that got 4,500 views as of this video. The internet, everyone! Anyway, this is what the channel was for just under a year and a half. Well, that was until...
The rerun, October 2022.
Season 1 was a bit of a mess. I did gameplay videos where I tried to incorporate critique, which sounds like a fine little idea until you realise how bad I was at critique without a script. Even with a script for that matter, but we'll get to that when we get to it. I also introduced a blatantly stolen rating system because the original creator had retired it and I wanted the gimmick to continue in some way. And the episode after I started doing that, I accessorized with a title sequence. Two episodes after that, I dubbed the 8th of November Sonic Day, as Sonic Frontiers was releasing on that day in 2022. I also think I should note that I started my videos with a...
Hello everyone, it's NSega.
What else do I say here? It was 7 unscripted videos across the span of a month, and they all suck. But... here's a YouTube short from that era.
NSega, and guess what? I finally played Diddy Kong Racing. I just had to pick Banjo. You wanna know what I think of this game?
Yeah, I didn't give games a proper chance back then, and my current opinions on Diddy Kong Racing are pending, so, yeah.
Get to the point.
No! As 2023 began, so did Season 2 of NSegaXP, and I decided to make a video about the PS4 launch title, Knack. And you know how I just said,
until you realise how bad I was a critique without a script. Even with a script, for that matter, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
well, now is a good time to get into that. My script writing was not good. Some of the things I say in the Knack video are flat out incorrect.
You could say that it's quite similar to Ratchet & Clank. In the concept phase, this was originally meant to be an entry in the Crash Bandicoot series. There's a near-perfect balance between platforming and combat, meaning it's not as easy to get bored of as some other games in the beat-em-up genre, such as the Ty the Tasmanian Tiger games on GBA.
I don't know what I was on about in some of that video and why I felt the need to bring up the Ty franchise of all things. The point is, the opening episode of Season 2 is a pretty weak one. Can you tell that I was new to scripted video making? Shortly after the Knack video released, I announced that Sonic Day would be transforming into Sonic Month, and shortly after that, the NSegaXP channel reached 50 subscribers. And at the time, I was planning a longer video that would cover every mainline Mario game up to that point. In fact, I mentioned it in the Rayman review.
Since the 50 sub special's gonna take ages.
Evidently, I ended up cancelling that project. Probably because I wasn't passionate about it anymore. That's usually the reason I cancel things. And I'm honestly glad I didn't make that, because Wonder came out later that year, almost immediately outdating what that video would have been. And also, the idea of mainline Mario kind of raises questions that I may get to in another video. Not promising anything. Wait, Kago, do I get to keep my show in the afterlife?
We're filming this, are we not?
Okay, great, thanks. And while we're on the subject of the subscriber count, I remember 1 or 2 people around that time saying that they were only following me because of a ridiculously long comment I wrote somewhere. I wish I could find it, and believe me, I tried. It was total nonsense and it was brilliant. I do remember a bit of it, but sadly, I think that one's been lost to time. The 2nd of June 2023 saw the debut of Input James, a recurring character who has a completely irrelevant label above his name because someone didn't end up talking about Sonic CDs during Sonic Month like they were meant to. Present. Yeah, that. There was meant to be some running joke about how I didn't like Sonic CD and that James was overly defensive of it. But that didn't come to fruition. Tragic, I know. And, I guess it wouldn't have worked anyway because I like Sonic CD now. Other than that, he's a guy who shows up and says things sometimes. And that's all there is to him. He's kind of pointless when you think about it. I see how it is. Well, if that's how you feel, then fine! I'll start my own show. Greetings to all you internet goers, my name's James Orfell and welcome to Games with James. In this episode, we'll be talking about one of my favourite games of all time, Crash Mind of a Mutant for the PlayStation Portable.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh no! It's Disruptive Dave! Get out of here, Disruptive Dave!
No, this is my show now. Ha ha ha.
Hi there, I'm Dave. I'm gonna give you a big Dave welcome.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh no, it's cut off, Chris. Get out of
No, this is my show now. Hello, everyone.
Murderous Michael. Here to murder you, Michael.
Oh no, it's Murderous Michael. Get out of here.
Okay, so how much you want to bet he's going to come crawling back at the end of the video? Later that same June, I reviewed 321 Smurf for the PS1, and at this point, the mediocrity of the games I was playing was taking a toll on me. So much so that it started to become a storyline. And what's fun about this video is that the intro sucks, but the outro doesn't. You know, I like to think I'm better at making videos now than I was then, but you can't tell me that I wouldn't still be doing stuff like this now.
And then it gets ripped off. And then it gets thrown in the bin. Take that, Smurfs.
Also, this episode introduced two new things to the channel. One being an outro that I would use up until the end of Season 3, and the other being this running joke.
So the tracks. They're stock. Bing!
There was a running gag on NSegaXP where I would describe something as stock,
Bing!
a counter would appear, and a ping would play, well, you know, done by my voice. Which is a totally original idea that no one's ever done before, just with different words. It's also worth noting that I said this.
Shut up, you undercooked upper-class goblin!
But hang on, I just mentioned a storyline. Yes, I'm calling the end of my life a storyline. And yes, 5 games I didn't enjoy were enough for me to reach my breaking point, and the last straw was Mickey's Speedway USA on the 10th of July 2023. I kept a voiceover mistake in the video, and if you ask me, that's when I should have died. However, it was a Game Boy Color game with crap controls that did it. What was wrong with me? I'm surprised I lasted that long.
I am sick of all this averageness!
Yeah, me too, kid. But as much as I think this video isn't very good overall, I still really like this line.
And that's just the icing on the cake. The royal icing that makes me feel sick.
Honestly, I wish I was half as passionate about anything now as I was about royal icing then. And of course, who could forget this moment of absolute tragedy?
I get the Glock. My advice to you? Never touch these games. They're not worth your time. Have a nice life.
Which of course is very appropriately followed up with a... And now, are you ready for one of the greatest introductions in the history of film? It's raw, timeless, and powerful enough that I get a chill every time I see it. Roll the clip, James. James? Hello? Are you dead? Is everything in here just a bomb? Okay, so what? I've never seen this part of the game before. Dude. Oh my god. I can just skip. I can just skip like half the level. That's really cool. Oh, there's a thing here. And now we get swallowed by an eagle. Ah. Well, fuck you then. I was really soulless. Well, fuck you then. What would get me there? Because I kind of need to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. Because no one else is in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. Alexander Hamilton, what did they say to you to get you to sell your city down the river? Alexander Hamilton. I don't know the... Oh my god. There's not too much delay, but we should still jump early so we can, like, da-da-da-da-da with our legs. Yeah, that makes all the sense. Like, that is... Oh. This is very mean. This is not a turnip. They run! Well, there's a game over.